Have you ever considered that compassion might be more than just a fleeting emotion? That it could be a spiritual force potent enough to transform the very fabric of reality? Imagine compassion as the ultimate catalyst, a divine force that turns deep despair into shimmering hope and stark isolation into a profound feeling of connectedness with all beings. This is the way of the Bodhisattva. It is about kindling a flame of infinite compassion so deep and so pure that it breaks down all barriers, lighting up the darkest corners of our world. Bodhisattvas have the power to spark profound spiritual awakening in others, spreading a boundless compassion that knows no limits. This path isn't for the faint of heart. It calls us to rise above our petty concerns so we can embrace a life dedicated to service and sacrifice for the well-being of all sentient beings. It's a bold quest to not just seek spiritual enlightenment for oneself, but for others too. So, are you prepared to explore what it really means to walk this path? Let's embark on this journey together. The essence of the Bodhisattva path. At the heart of the Bodhisattva path lies the cultivation of qualities essential for spiritual awakening and service to all beings. These qualities, compassion, patience, and renunciation, are not just virtues to be admired from afar, but are qualities we can nurture within ourselves. Cultivating compassion is the cornerstone of the Bodhisattva way. It is not merely feeling sorry for others. It is a profound empathy that understands the suffering of all beings and seeks to alleviate it. Take the story of Tenzin Gyatso, the 14th Dalai Lama, for example. Exiled from his homeland, he refused to harbor resentment. Instead, he became a global symbol of peace and compassion, advocating for the welfare of all beings, regardless of their circumstances. Patience is another jewel in the Bodhisattva's crown. It's about maintaining calm and understanding in the face of adversity, not giving in to anger or frustration. Consider the patience of Malala Yousafzai, who, after surviving an assassination attempt, continued her advocacy for girls' education with even greater resolve, showing that patience coupled with courage can change the world. Renunciation is the deliberate turning away from selfish desires and the distractions of the material world, focusing instead on spiritual goals. The life of Mahatma Gandhi exemplifies this through his simple living and high thinking, showing that true happiness and freedom come from within. However, walking this path isn't without its challenges. It requires constant vigilance against the forces that seek to pull us back into selfishness and short-sightedness. Yet, the rewards are immense. By overcoming anger and desire, we not only find personal peace and enlightenment, but also become sources of light and hope for others. The transformation is profound, from being prisoners of our own egos to becoming liberators for all beings. The path of the Bodhisattva is a journey of 1,000 steps, each taken with compassion, patience, and renunciation. It's a path that demands everything from us and gives back even more, transforming not just the individual, but everyone else too. The ultimate goal, merging with the infinite. If you want to be a bodhisattva, you'll first have to become one with the entire universe, something known as unity consciousness. It boils down to understanding that we're not just tiny isolated fragments floating around in space, but integral parts of a grand interconnected whole. Rumi, the 13th century poet and mystic, captured this beautifully when he said, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop." To embody unity consciousness, you'll need to transcend your ego. This process involves letting go of personal desires, fears, and the limitations that bind us to a narrow sense of self. It's about shedding the layers of identity and attachment that keep us from recognizing our connection to all things. One of the best ways to get rid of all this psychological stuff is meditation. The Bhagavad Gita states, "When meditation is mastered, the mind is unwavering, like the flame of a lamp in a windless place." By sitting in silence, focusing the mind, and observing the breath, we begin to quiet the ego's constant chatter. Over time and with consistent practice, meditation offers glimpses into the interconnectedness of all existence. These moments, though fleeting at first, gradually deepen into a sustained awareness of our unity with the all that there is. Keep in mind that the path to becoming a bodhisattva is not about personal enlightenment or the bliss of mystical experiences. It's a call to selfless service, to use one's insights and inner transformations to benefit all beings. It's one of continuous learning, unlearning, and relearning, guided by the wisdom of those who have walked before us and the inner light guiding us from within. As we progress, we find that our individual journey of awakening is inseparable from the collective journey of all sentient beings. Each act of compassion, each moment of mindfulness, and each step taken in service contributes to the uplifting of the collective consciousness. It's a path that demands everything we have to give and offers, in return, a vision of life that's infinitely richer, deeper, and more interconnected. This path is open to anyone brave enough to set foot on it, armed with the resolve to transcend the ego and the heart to serve the whole. Service to sentient beings. Reaching enlightenment isn't the end of the road for a bodhisattva. It's where their true mission begins. It's like climbing to the top of a mountain and instead of sitting back to enjoy the view, realizing there's a bigger purpose, to guide others up this same path. Bodhisattvas take the light of unity consciousness and let it shine into all the dark, shadowy corners of the world. Imagine having a map leading you out of pain and choosing to walk back in so you can show others the way out. In that way, they're like spiritual firefighters, bravely re-entering a burning building to rescue those still trapped by the flames. They walk the path of sacrifice, yet it's not born out of a sense of martyrdom. It stems from a deep well of compassion and an unshakable conviction that liberation from suffering is possible for all beings. Bodhisattvas see the world caught up in a web of endless pain and sorrow and work tirelessly to show others a way beyond this duality, a path leading to a more profound sense of unity and understanding. It's the little acts of kindness, the moments of genuine connection, that define the path of a bodhisattva. These aren't just grand sweeping gestures, but the everyday choices to be present, listen, and offer help. By being fully present with others when embodying unity consciousness, you become a divine spark, igniting their own journeys of awakening. Conclusion: the journey is the destination. Not everyone will be called to be a bodhisattva, but each of us can connect with the glimmering diamond of awareness lying deep within. By connecting with this inner light, we suddenly realize we're not an isolated fragment blown willy-nilly by the cosmic winds, but part of an incomprehensible whole. Once we have this epiphany, we'll want to reach out to our fellow human beings and help them realize that they, too, are a part of this vast totality. I invite you to ponder a question that cuts to the heart of our shared human experience. How would our world transform if each of us embodied bodhisattva consciousness? This isn't a rhetorical question, but a call to action. Think about how you can bring the spirit of the bodhisattva to the things you do every day. How can you, in big ways and small, contribute to the collective awakening of humanity? At Salam Soul, we're dedicated to guiding you on your own path of enlightenment. It's a place where you can explore life's profound mysteries and the boundless potential of the human spirit. Allow us to accompany you on this extraordinary journey, sparking insights and inspiring a deeper connection with the essence of who you truly are. In the words of Rumi, "Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself." Let this be the mantra that guides you forward, a reminder that the transformation of the world begins with the transformation within.